everybody, how's it going? We tricked ya. It's a live stream for Camp here.
Welcome off topic.
Pranked ya. We should actually just not let the off-topic guys in. Yeah. We should just go ahead and commandeer this set.
The band was still on the video.
Our name's on it.
Well, we'll talk for 3 hours about
This
Camp
is
Camp.
the actual official Camp set.
Yeah.
We've just been letting them borrow it.
They've been using it.
Yeah. I like to think of this as the counselor's lounge. This is
exactly.
This is why David and Gwen can actually survive this summer. Just get rid of Max and the crew and come hang out with the beer taps and whatnot. And
Campbell wasn't going to let this not happen.
Right. Yeah, no, it's Campbell's secret camp counselor.
That's why there's taps.
Yeah. Taps, machinery, weapons.
Yeah. So how's everybody doing? Hopefully you've been enjoying the first season of Camp. We are 5 episodes in, and this is one of our dark weeks. We're having a bye week, meaning that this was originally going to be our season break, our halfway point through the season, and then we found out that everyone's loving the show so much that we've been asked to add a couple more episodes to this season. So this will actually
More
be
work for us.
have more job security. So we're fine with that. But again, thank you everyone for watching. In order to lengthen the season, we're going to take one more break a few weeks from now. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But for today, we have a live stream just to kind of hang out and catch up and talk about Camp stuff for a little while.
Who are we?
Yeah, let's do that. Who am I? Why don't you ask the question?
No, really, who am I? My name's Jordan. I'm the director of Camp.
I'm Issa. I'm lead animator for Camp.
Oh, I'm Cole. I'm the editor for Camp.
Hi, my name is Gray, and I just slum around here. No, I'm one of the writers on Camp, and I have the privilege of running Rooster Teeth's animation department.
It's our fearless leader.
Yeah. Where?
Now I know who you all are.
Yeah.
Oh, you're Cole.
Yeah.
On the phone sometimes, yeah.
So, real quick, I guess just a couple business things before we get into it. Regarding Rooster Teeth animation stuff going on right now, you only have a couple of days left. You have until July 18th if you would like to watch RWBY Volume 2.
3 days.
In a theater. So, it's... this is a Tug event, T-U-G-G, also known as Tug Stuff around the office. We've got, if you get a confirmed ticket, then you will get $5 off in the Rooster Teeth US and International Store. And there is a link to purchase special RWBY merchandise. Plus, you will get a first look at an episode of RV14 and other cool content at the screening.
Yeah, there's a bunch of really cool stuff that'll be there.
Yeah, the screenings themselves are July 27th, and the cool thing about Volume 2, what's a little bit different from how we did Volume 1, is that you can create your own screening. Of course, now you only have a couple of days left. Some people have been organizing their screenings and getting the ticket buyers to sign in for weeks now, but it's not impossible. So if there's a city that you want to have a screening, go to teamruby.com. That's TEAMRWBY.com, and follow the instructions there and set up your screening. Or if there is a screening near you, then go there and go get your tickets now so that the screening qualifies before July 18th. So there's that.
I highly recommend those things because they're like cool little community events.
Yeah, it's really
like
cool. Everybody's there because they love the same thing.
Yeah.
And also be sure to tweet about it. Tweet about, hey, sign up for this Tug screening, and also tweet staff member here because
we're trying
to see you guys see the show.
Yeah, if there's a screening that is close to getting filled but hasn't quite made it yet, then tweet one of us and we will give it signal boost and see if we can get a couple more ticket buyers so your screening qualifies. But yeah, they're great. I mean, seeing all the cosplay and the hangouts and whatnot at those things is always pretty cool.
It's a very unique experience.
Yeah. So Ari, let's talk about it. We've got 12 episodes now, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're a full season of a show.
We're legit.
Yeah. This is we're on RWBY status now. We got 12 episodes.
And I guess so. We're taking this break right now after episode 5. The next break will be after episode 8.
Yes.
So we're taking a break this week. We'll be back for 3. Then we take one more break, and then we'll be back for the final 4. And then that will be that little thing that we shall call Camp Season 1.
Yes.
So yeah. But yeah, it's been amazing so far. You know, the fans of the show are what got us here. It's all the love that everyone is showing the show. Everyone's being so generous with the feedback and going back and watching the episode so many times and sharing with their friends.
It has been crazy. In my wildest dreams, I wouldn't have thought that
Yeah.
that we would have gotten like 2 more episodes just because of the reaction from the fans and stuff.
I remember like the week it came out, everybody was like,
I
like, we know this is good, but we hope everybody else thinks this is good.
I remember telling the team, because it was like a lot of the guys are new. I remember telling them, like, trying to like kind of set their expectations. Like, look, sometimes people on the internet don't like new things, and then like they were like, all the reaction was so overwhelming that they were like, "This is great. I don't know what Jordan was talking about."
Especially like recently, you guys, our fans, have been much better about telling us what you like and what you don't.
Yeah.
And so like it's even that much more gratifying when we present something new and people are like, "Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
Where's the next one?" And we get to make 2 more.
Yeah, I feel like maybe it's just us, like, you know, getting better at making shows too, because I think you know, everyone across all of Rooster Teeth is just like killing it right now with day 5, and you know, not to brag, but Camp's pretty good.
RVB
is amazing
right now.
Yeah. RV this season has been so cool.
Broadcast and all the podcasts are still doing amazingly well.
There,
right
there
now.
was
So
a
it's-
moment where I saw something on the screen and I went up to Jordan, and I don't know if you remember this, but I was like, we make online content. And he was like, yeah, and I go, our shit looks really good.
Our shit looks good for all my content.
And we're not
amazing.
full of ourselves, we promise. No,
You guys
just
told us.
Yeah, no. What I'm going with that is it's always really cool to be so focused on working on your own thing and then come up for air and look at what's going on behind you in the other departments. It's like what's on their monitors or what they're shooting right now, and just the fact that everyone's firing all cylinders.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
feel like we have a pulse on what like a fan of Camp is like, because Kim, one of the 3D animators, does not like watching anything before it's released. So on the day the episode comes out, she comes into the 2D office and we all sit together and watch it, and we just kind of watch her because it's the first time she's watching anything. So it's always good to like gauge.
Like experimental viewing.
It's like,
it's like oh, she laughed at that joke. Okay,
she's
jokes are in.
She's the focus group. We're just watching her watch it.
So, I mean, I remember that, you know, we were nervous as hell before anything came out, and then we were trying to, you know, we put out an editorial trailer, and then we put out the short about the recruitment video, and we weren't sure if we were confusing the hell out of the audience about, oh man, are they going to be confused? Is it this other comedy that was here, or by introducing the short and these characters, are they going to begin to understand what the show's really about?
And even like the teaser beforehand with I think had
the
Jeremy's
campaign.
rap.
Yeah.
And that actually kind of like shaped a lot of how the show.
Yeah, definitely like the voice of the show.
Yeah.
Especially like, and then like there are the people who are like pausing it on like Dolph's journal, the Mein Kampf journal.
Mein Camp.
Mein Camp.
Not Mein Kampf. That's a different.
We didn't even intend to go quite so gangsta with the sound of the soundtrack.
Yeah.
That was a complete accident.
It was.
Yeah, we
man.
we had there's another version of the song that we're going to use for the trailer, and we'll probably still have to work that in some time. But
Yeah, like an alternate.
but
version,
as a
maybe.
joke, our art director Pat Rodriguez had sent around on our internal messaging system. That video, that editorial just put out with your new trailer, that's hilarious. But what if you did this? Just put a rap song over it. We all thought it was so hilarious that, let's go recruit Jeremy and actually do one.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, you did a
then
great
Which has
job.
opened up like, the opportunity for us to work with a lot of really
Yeah.
amazing artists.
Yeah, we've got stuff from
Turquoise
Jeep, Richie Branson, who's
Yeah.
a rapper down in San Antonio, who does a lot of cool like anime stuff.
and well, he also does stuff for Toonami.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
that's right.
Yeah.
And we got something from Lamar Hall and
Yeah.
Jeb Williams this week, the old Talking That Shit.
Yeah.
It was, like, nice throwback. And of course we got Jeremy's rap. So.
Yeah.
And we got more stuff coming. We got 7 episodes left.
Yeah,
Different rap songs.
you know, man, our saint of a producer, Maggie, who is running the 2D team in this production right now,
Our hero.
has been almost literally tearing her hair out having to deal with all the licensing for all this stuff. This is one of the first times that Rooster Teeth has tried to coordinate so many different external musicians for a soundtrack, so we're kind of trailblazing internally right now. So thank you, Maggie, wherever you are right now.
Right there in the shadows.
Yeah.
And thank you to all the artists who like it seems like they all have been pretty easy to work with. They all
Yeah.
want to work with us, and we want to work with them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But
We're all big fans of each other.
as a reminder, so again, this is going to be a quick podcast. We are only on until 11:30 Central because we got to get out of the way for off topic. But go ahead and tweet some questions to #CampCamp, and in case we wind up with a little time, we'll take a couple towards the end.
Start looking.
Or maybe Miles and Maggie can shout some stuff out.
Shout!
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you find anything
Let it all
interesting.
out.
It's better than good. Marissa Rutherford says.
Better than good.
All right.
That's okay.
Yay.
That's always good.
We have our pull quote for the DVD.
Yeah.
It's better than
Better than good. Marissa on Twitter.
Yeah. But let's see here.
What else are we looking at?
I don't know. I'm trying to.
We're in the vamp portion.
I am. Yeah. Vamp. Improvise.
There's something about
Be
the next
hilarious.
2D show.
nailing it, Greg!
It's natural comedic talent like this that you can always expect here at Rooster Teeth, coming out of the animation department. There's this. Let's save that for a little bit.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep teasing the shit out of the audience and talk about what we're not gonna show you. Do we want to do that?
You want to do BTS?
Yeah. Let's
All
try
right.
it. We have this completely legit,
Completely official,
so,
legitimate.
the first Camp supplemental material.
legitimate.
So this week we were talking about what's the cool thing we can show on the stream for this week, and we were
And the
like,
answer is nothing.
Yeah,
We've
well,
got nothing.
Well, how about a BTS package? So we were like, Cole, during the week, go around and film some stuff, and he eventually just started running around with the camera, and this is what he made.
We had the most official equipment possible.
Your
My
iPhone.
iPhone. Which
And
surprisingly looks really well.
You did a great job editing too. So let's.
That was fun. It was fun.
Let's
Should we go
check
ahead
it
and roll
out.
this?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Take a look at the very first Camp BTS.
You want to know how an episode of Camp Camp is made? Well, here we go! The first part of any day begins with scrum. Gotta make sure everybody's on the same page.
Today I'm working on shots 60-20 shots.
Same page, oh yeah! Storyboard, so the animators know what to animate. This is the animation. We use Toon Boom Harmony. Look how smooth. Approved.
No, that is not approved. You're not done yet.
Approved. The super secret writer's room.
Write that down. So then I'm thinking we just start saying Jew over and over again. Left and right, plural. Oh, get out of here. These are secrets. Oh, my joke.
Approved. So this is recording. Here's where we get extra platypus noises.
On you.
What? Approved. Making the animatics.
Can we just do this, please?
Approved. This is where we do animation reviews.
Yeah.
This is animation review. Gonna look some in-progress shots.
Yeah, this one looks good. I would say it's
Approved. Audio mix review. This is where we put the final touches on sound.
How about this one?
Approved. And that's how you animate an episode of Camp Camp. Now up to my meeting with HR.
So, Cole, I don't know how to tell you this. You shouldn't be here.
Yeah, I just found my way in here.
So there's that.
Yeah.
Does anyone actually want to talk about how we make the show?
I mean, that pretty much sums it up, right? You
We
just
covered
approve
all of our
everything.
bases. There's
Yeah.
nothing else that goes into
There's no other questions.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He's just having a hard time. So yeah, we're actually kind of like getting started over because now we're kind of starting at the beginning again because we have two new episodes that we're actually writing right now.
We are injecting the pipeline.
Yes.
Gotta use
That if we were
dramatic-
smart, we'd actually start filming BTS now.
for the real thing.
That was actually a good writer's room where Carrie just said,
Yeah.
we start saying Jew over
Jew
and over. That's a typical writer's
Not far off.
room. But
But here's the cool thing. I mean, just the fact that now we're able to go back and do two more, knowing what we know about how the show is landing and what sort of what people are getting out of it, and what they're finding cool or not.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
cool.
and we kind of know what characters we
Yeah,
want to play
we found,
with a little
we
bit
found the
more.
characters a lot more because we've
Yeah.
heard their voices, we've seen them animated and how that shapes who
Yeah,
they are.
Some of the stuff,
much.
some of the development you might have gotten in season 2, you'll not be getting in season 1.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is
A couple things are
interesting.
being pulled
Yeah.
forward, and the problem is that we came up with a bunch of ideas that were so cool and requiring additional production value that we do not have for this year. That we're already, getting ahead on. Should there be a season 2 of Camp Camp? Some ideas for those episodes.
Yes.
And in the meantime, we won't introduce massive new characters and sets.
Characters,
that'll make
sets,
Maggie kill us.
assets.
So yeah, I mean, writing the first couple of episodes, you were talking about this a minute ago. It's a wacky experience to try and knock out 4, 5, 6 scripts of a show that you've never seen before.
Right, yeah.
And you're working on a team of writers, and each of you have to start syncing up with, well, I'm taking this character this way. I'm starting to give them a certain history or a certain sound, a certain speech pattern, whatever. And then making sure that you're staying consistent across the board. The first couple of scripts, there was a lot of back and forth and kind of syncing.
Trying to figure out like everyone is in character. But one thing that I liked is that like we kind of played off each other's scripts because we all did at least 2.
Right.
And like,
your thing's cool. I'm totally gonna.
It's like Miles introduced these characters. I'm bringing these characters back in my episode. Right. Playing around with what we established.
One of the things I love about the writing for this show in particular is this is our first attempt at a writer's room. I mean, we've had 2 people write a show, or like maybe people collaborate a little, but this is an actual sit down.
It's just the 4, me, Greg, Miles, and Carrie in a room and just like saying stuff at each other, and then like
horrible jokes that would get us fired.
Yeah, write it on the board.
It's also because it like allows you to pull out the best out of a joke, because you're like, you guys probably like, nah, that's stupid. Like, don't do that. But if you did this,
we'll workshop it on the fly, where it's like we'll say the line, and then like somebody will call out like slight variance on the line. It's like, well, okay, which one is that? Which one's funnier?
Yeah. So I guess we've been sort of breaking the episode together in the room. We figured out who's going to go write that episode. I think you and Miles have done a tremendous amount of the heavy lifting this season.
Big deal.
Just there's so much going on in the department, and then everybody trades drafts, and we'll come up with punch up ideas. We'll get back in the room at that point, and we'll do read-throughs of the episodes together. And you can kind of tell if people are laughing or not. It's a pretty good indicator.
Yeah, one thing I do love is like doing those read-throughs, and then like you can chime in with any other like added jokes or something.
Yeah, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and make Miles read all the voices. Just let him read everything.
He does a great job.
And then like speaking of voices, then like once we have a pretty clean and like worked on script, we get to put in amazing voice actors and actresses.
Yeah, the casting process was
we
really
have totally lucked out.
Yeah.
The way, Rooster Teeth animation in the last year in general, just the way that we're starting to be able to network now. We've got some visibility. People outside the Rooster Teeth audience are starting to figure out what cartoons we're making, and everyone wants to come play, which is amazing. Everyone's being incredibly generous with their flexibility and their time, and coming in and reading parts or sending us recordings from wherever they live.
Some as far as Israel.
But that's I love that it's got that sort of international aspect to it.
That's another thing that like when we were coming up with who we wanted to reach out to, there was we kind of cast a wide net, but some of the ones that I had in mind were people I've always admired and wanted to work with.
Yeah.
Like Yotam Perel, who plays Harrison, who's a great animator online, and great voice actor. Yeah. And most recently, Griffin McElroy, who played Jasper in episode 5, he was we just lucked out because he lives in Austin. I started listening to one of his podcasts, and like I just love his humor and everything. And when I found out he was here, it's like we got to reach out to him for this character.
Yeah, and we've also lucked out that there's part of the great dynamic here at Rooster Teeth is that some of the other departments will have special guests rotating through for whatever their project is, and when we hear that, oh, really? You've got so-and-so coming in. Can we borrow them for 5 minutes? No reason. We throw them in the booth, lock them in, and say, read this.
Poor Kyler has to be like, hey, I know you have a 2-hour Ruby slot, but can you do 5 minutes of afterwards?
Travis Willingham was the first, I think he was the first person we casted.
Yeah.
Right. Well, but it turns out he had come in, he and Laura had done cameos in Ruby 3. Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, so we're going to be making some other stuff soon. Can we call you later?
We had some stuff already written for Campbell, and kind of threw him in there, and he auditioned. And
we did record that at the same time. You're right. We had a version of the speech ready to go at that time already. Yeah.
Yeah. He read it, and like halfway through it, Miles and I were like, so here's Campbell, right? Yeah. What was interesting with that is like it was so early on in the show, and like his like vamping already in the character was like kind of lending itself to how we were gonna write the character, and that's always an awesome experience when like the voice actor can lend to the writing of the character.
Sure. It helps just clarify this vision in your head, and you're like, awesome, I know how to write the next scene now.
Yes, exactly.
That kind of comes in handy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all of that's just been fantastic. For people who, surely everyone who knows who played Snake.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to explain that one?
How did that work out? Dante Bosco was in town doing stuff with Achievement Hunter, and while he was here, we were like, "Hey, we need someone for this
You're an
brooding
amazing
character.
voice actor.
Yeah, we need a
We
voice
wanna
actor.
work with you."
Yeah. So everything worked out pretty well. And, like, what we liked was first he did an audition, and it was like he was kind of like holding back a little on like the. Because, like, Snake's such, like, a melodramatic character. We were like, no, get even more, like, broodingly, like, over the top with this. So he's like, all right, I'm dark.
Yeah. Edgelord.
Yeah, Edgelord. Reaper. Yeah. Snake definitely plays
Snake's,
Reaper.
yeah. Death Dealer XX.
Yeah, he was really great to work with. When we were directing him, Miles afterward was like... after the record session, she was like, I was really nervous through that whole thing. I can't use Prince Zuko.
Oh yeah, and all the folks that just have their screen crushes on him once they found out that he was in house recording, or that they had, or even worse, missed seeing him.
Exactly.
Yeah, there
They
were
were really
literal
upset.
tears
Became the
shed.
splash zone.
That's all we need to say about that.
Oh, man.
We got a question.
Yeah, bring it on.
What's the question?
Do you guys this from? Fuck, God damn it.
Come on, Perry.
Yeah, spoiler, Miles has been off to the side the whole time.
Hi.
Hey.
This is from Cheeky. At Azurite_Eagle asks, do you guys have a favorite character to write? Hashtag Camp Camp. Let's also add animates.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
And edit.
I love writing.
Let's see, Cole likes reducing the screen time of the following characters.
I think early on, Nikki was our like the one where it's like if you're in a pinch, you make her say something. Because,
Yeah.
Like we had the strongest grasp on her, and you could just make her say such ridiculous stuff.
Yeah.
I think she's really one of the most fun ones to write for. If you want something, sarcastic or mean, you go with Max, and if you want something. I guess Neil has this kind of sarcasm to him as well.
Yeah,
it's kind of
he
this-
does. I mean, he represses it for so much of each episode, and then by the end of most episodes, he loses his shit. And it turns out it's always the quiet ones.
Yeah, which is something we've noticed.
He's got the foulest mouth.
Yeah, that's something that I think happened naturally that like the audience is picking up on that we weren't even. I think,
Right. Yeah, we
aware of.
actually had to have this one pointed out to us.
Yeah.
So thanks for that.
It's like we always make Neil say the darkest shit or
Yeah.
like the most cuss words.
Yeah, no, so that's been kind of crazy. I've been enjoying writing for all of them, really. Neil got the more layers we add to Neil, then the more fun he becomes. But I mean, I think starting to get into more of the supporting cast over time, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I
think
know-
Neris is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was
Neris
gonna
would
say-
just throw in like a
Neris.
D&D joke.
Neris is hilarious because she's strangely like the straight man character.
Yeah.
Just like, which is funny because like this kid who is obsessed with like fantasy and stuff and like lives in a fantasy world in her head.
Yeah.
She's the one who's like, she's like, you suck, Harrison. Like, what's going on? What are you doing?
The realist.
But no, Nikki is one of the most fun to edit to, just because all the different takes you can get with Elizabeth and like.
Yeah, props to Elizabeth Maxwell,
yeah.
who is also voicing Winter over on Ruby and does a whole bunch of other voice acting. Like she plays the Major in all the new Ghost in the Shell Arise videos.
Yes.
She's in Cannon Busters now.
Yeah, and she's in
Cannonbusters.
LaShawn Thomas's Cannon Busters, so check that out.
She's so much fun, just like, and I think this is like a combination of Jordan's and Miles's directing in the booth and her voice acting, but like just how she's kind of able to turn on that craziness, and I still love to this day. Like
she
the fact that-
rarely needs like more than one note of
Yeah, it's
direction. She just like gets.
It's
the
always like a
character
pretty
so
early
well.
take that's like, this is the one that we're
Yeah.
doing. And I love that she's a character that's kind of outside the bounds of reality. Like when she barks, she shouts bark. When she sniffs, she shouts sniff. And so that's been really fun.
Who did that as a kid though? I mean, like I used to read like all the Charlie Brown comic strips and stuff in the newspaper. Yeah, these things called newspapers. And when Charlie Brown would sigh, I would actually read sigh.
Yeah.
Until someone actually had to tell me no.
No, he doesn't say sigh.
Onomatopoeia.
I just think that's super funny. Is when they say like what the onomatopoeia they're doing is yawn.
Yeah.
And then
I
Space Kid.
actually really like the Flower Scouts.
Flower Scouts.
Yes!
Flower
Oh,
Scouts.
yeah.
Smith
Yes.
Ireland
They're so
does a great
cute.
job as like all three of them. But even then, as the Flower Scouts, I feel like the animators especially really get how basic they are or how they're supposed to be.
Bunch
Yeah.
of basic bitches.
But they're like my favorite basics. They're so good.
We have an
Attitude of
episode we're working on right now that spoiler alert, they come back and they are doing a great job animating them. It was so funny watching. We were watching it in review and we saw this one like just little move they did and everyone started cracking up.
Yeah,
that's my favorite.
I love every single animator on the 2D team right now. I mean, it's the sort of thing that we're trying to, there's the story itself, there's the dialogue. We try to include a certain amount of sight gags, or the seeds of ideas for sight gags, but the animators, not only are they imbuing the performances of these characters with all these extra touches that I didn't even know that we could hope for in terms of just all these little extra looks and nuances and gestures and so forth. Everything's looking great, but the background gags have been fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's something great they do. Like I try to kind of let them do whatever they want to do. Like they'll call me over when they get a shot or a scene for the first time, and I'll give them kind of general notes and but for the most part, I was like, I want to see what they do. And then like either make them push that forward or bring it back, depending on what they do.
Shout out to the artists as well, Lauren, Albert, as for our board artists, Gio, Billy, like
Jordan
all the artists that we have on board.
Billy.
I said
Billy.
and
Pat.
All the artists that we have on board have actually been really active too in making their own jokes. Like in episode 5, everyone keeps calling out those background jokes.
That was actually all Albert, our storyboard artist. I was like, just put in a bunch of how many gags you can come up with.
I always love reading in the storyboard, reading them after the 20th time I'm watching through Animatic, seeing oh my gosh, there's that joke in the background.
You take a cartoon literally, $100 Man. It's just a cheap version of the $1 million.
Or even episode 4, the pizza on the roof, the Breaking Bad reference. It's
in the script for that one, I think we put in lab with something like this, and then a bunch of other crazy shit. And
the crazy
I love
shit.
that you can just put that in, and everyone just goes nuts with it.
So really, the vision of the show coming to fruition is
it's everybody,
top to bottom. Everyone has their hands on it.
And anyone who's touching any shot, no matter whether it's character performance or background painting or whatever, storyboards.
So we only have 5 minutes left.
Yeah, we do.
Oh no.
Fast.
What's the latest question from Twitter or elsewhere?
Lots of song requests.
Oh boy, we ain't got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
It's too early for that.
Not enough mimosas.
Let me drink some more.
I don't know, there's other stuff you guys are supposed to talk about.
We got a couple minutes. We'll get to it. Anything else Camp I'm going to talk about?
What's your favorite line?
Oh gosh.
Oh!
Can I tell you mine?
Go.
Y'all are some ignorant fucking guys.
I know, I was about to say. Yeah.
A lot of people have been.
France.
You can pee in me anytime.
My favorite line is in next week's episode.
A lot of the animators have been just quoting Neil's line in episode 5 where they come into the dungeon and he just goes, Jesus fucking Lord. It's just a great take from me.
I feel so bad for, there's a couple of people, including Eric Duncan, who's our head of marketing here at Rooster Teeth. Without fail, once a week, I get a message from him shortly after the episode is aired, where he's like, "Did you have to put that line in? I mean, it was hilarious, but you're killing me over here."
We love pushing the boundaries.
Yeah.
Episode 5 has a lot of good lines. It's just throwaway lines where Space Kid asks Max "You're not afraid of anything? Not even ghosts? People in sheets got me concerned."
Or even the Two Bears. Well, that seems redundant.
So speaking of pushing boundaries, we have already figured out what the next 2D animated show is going to be after Camp Season 1. So we've only got a couple of minutes left. Why don't we go ahead, if people didn't catch this announcement out of RTX, let's go ahead and let them take a peek at what's going to be coming up at the end of this year.
That's not how we did it?
There's no audio.
There's no audio.
There's no audio.
Why is
We're
there
in
audio?
black
We're not gonna
smoke.
Fucked up, Haddock!
Oh, no, I don't know which version we were running.
We're in black smoke.
So instead,
what's
so now we get
this?
to talk. I
There was
didn't know what
lightning.
version
What
we were
is it?
running. Let's find out. Can the audience
What could
guess?
it
What
be?
could this be?
All right, it's Sex Swing.
So you might have heard of this other sister team in the company called Funhouse, and they had some live-action characters, a mock band called Sex Swing, and we've decided to go ahead and tell the animated adventures of Sex Swing. So stay tuned for that hilarity coming to you.
It's gonna be an interesting show, to say the least.
So the Funhouse gang is they're writing it. Mm-hmm. And
it's gonna be a kind of far cry away from the character or the narrative of the characters they've already established.
Right, this is still kind of its own new thing.
Yeah. We'll have more details as we get closer. It's gonna be a show.
Yeah, we've already seen some of the concepts go by, and it's like, all right, then we're gonna find some way to put that on air.
Just the ideas for episodes have been great.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that, and then in the meantime, Rooster Teeth Animation all summer long is making this thing called, appropriately enough, the Summer of Animation. And so while this is running, we've also got Ruby Chibi, which is running every Saturday morning for Rooster Teeth First members, and then becomes available to everyone else on the site 24 hours later. And then Sundays, we have Red vs. Blue, which is in the middle of its 14th season. Yes!
Yeah, that show rules!
Miles clapping at his own show.
So, again, Rooster Teeth First members get to see it Sundays at noon Central, and then it goes available for everyone else who's a free registered member at roosterteeth.com for the rest of the week.
Sign up, it's free.
Sign up, it's free.
And
You don't have to
everything we're
wait a
talking
week.
about.
Is it 30 days or 14? I don't know. There's a free membership. Sign up now, and you can watch this week's episode of Mercs. And you want to see this week's episode.
No
of
credit
Mercs.
card required. Just get an account. And then stay tuned for Off Topic, starting here in 30 minutes with Michael Jones, who is the voice of Max in Can Can.
Maybe Lindsay,
Who
she's
is
the voice
a
of Space
Sure.
Kid.
Yeah.
Maybe Jeremy.
He raps.
He does some raps. Yeah. They do a great job, by the way. I can't say enough about how good a job Michael is doing.
Which is why we're not going to say anything else. So, thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for the rest of the season. Camp Camp will resume with a brand new episode next week. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you later.
Bye.